The auto industry is changing faster than most people realize. One headline says Volkswagen may cut another 50,000 jobs. Another says GM is replacing factory jobs with robots. And those stories are connected. And if you're a mechanic, assembly worker, supplier, or someone planning to buy a car, you should be paying attention right now. I'm going to correct one point before we get into this. Some reports make it sound like Volkswagen already decided to cut 100,000 jobs, and that's not accurate. Reuters reports that Volkswagen has agreed to up to about 50,000 job reductions across the group, while another 50,000 remain under review as part of the ongoing structure. The company is also dealing with falling profits, pressure from Chinese automakers, tariffs, and manufacturing costs that it says are about 20% higher than comparative rivals. But let them tell you exactly what is going on. Take a look at this.
Volkswagen could cut up to 100,000 jobs and end production at 4 German plants. That's what two sources told Reuters after it was first reported by Manager magazine on Friday. It further said the plan would also see the car maker cut planned investment by about 15% to just over $148 billion over the next 5 years. It would mark the biggest overhaul in the company's 89-year history if the moves went ahead. The magazine cited sources who said CEO Oliver Blumer and Chief Financial Officer Arno Antlitz want to restructure the company. Their plans include spinning off the core VW brand and its parts operations into separate entities. Blumer is under pressure to revive the fortunes of the world's number 2 car maker. It faces a number of challenges including tariffs, Chinese competition and the costly shift to electric vehicles. Blumer has pledged to trim the sprawling auto group's portfolio to focus on its core automotive business. The proposals would go beyond a current program to cut 50,000 jobs, and it comes despite an agreement with unions 2 years ago which rules out plant closures in Germany this decade. A Volkswagen spokesperson declined to comment on what they called confidential documents. They added decisions would be discussed and approved by the company's governing bodies. VW's Works Council and Germany's powerful IG Metall union warned they would resist any such measures.
This is something that Toyota did way back in the 1990s when they had at least 4 or 5 different Corollas across, several countries. You had the North American Corolla that was different from the one that was in Japan, that was different from the one that was from the general market, that was different from the one that was for the Asian market, and also another Corolla that was different from the one for the European market. And what they did was consolidate that. They also revamped their Hilux lineup. Where they revamped where the Hilux were being manufactured, they outsourced manufacturing to countries like Thailand, Cambodia, Indonesia, while the Tundra and the Tacoma stayed in the United States, which was a big seller, and the Land Cruiser range of models were being focused in most of the African market and Australia. So all these other major brands, Toyota was way ahead of most of them. I know because I worked with them and I understand what they were doing at the time. No, some of them don't want to seem that they're copying each other's models, but at the same time, you have to look at the case studies of what work and what doesn't. And we haven't even crossed over to Stellantis and Ford that is actually having their share of problems. Now we're going to compare that with what General Motors is doing. One company is talking about cutting workers, another is investing heavily in automation, and that tells you where the industry is heading right now. Before we get into it, I want your opinion. If robots build your next vehicle faster and cheaper, are you okay with it? Or would you rather see more skilled workers on the assembly line? Let me know below. Now, let's start with Volkswagen. For decades, Volkswagen was one of the companies every automaker wanted to be. They were number one. They had strong sales, strong factories, strong brand recognition. Today, the conversation has changed. Now, instead of talking about new products, people are talking about layoffs. And we're going to tell you why. It's all because Volkswagen says it has a cost disadvantage of about 20% compared with that of its competitors. China has become much more competitive. US tariffs are adding pressure and profits have fallen sharply. What China did was the age-old barrier to entry, low cost, high volume, and giving the people exactly what they wanted. Now we're going to hop on over to General Motors. Again, they're always making the news. Mary Barra, of course, she's at the helm, still at the helm, collecting millions of dollars. So GM lays off another 1,000 workers and adds robots to its assembly line. Take a look at this feature.
General Motors facility say they are disgusted after more than 1,000 employees are laid off and dozens of robots are now on the job instead. Now, GM says this situation isn't how it might look from the outside. So let's get over to Nick, who's got the full story here. Nick, is it as simple as GM replacing hundreds of humans with machines, or is there more to it?
There's more to it, Marky. GM says no, but that's not how it appeals to those who work there, right? The company has not drawn a direct line between each layoff and each new machine. What we can say is that GM cut more than 1,000 jobs at GM's Factory Zero plant in Detroit, which is all electric. Then they installed roughly 50 robots on the assembly line. The collaborative robots, or as they are called, cobots, made by the Fanuc American Corporation, help employees attach.
Well, we called this over a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We called it. And automation is taking over slowly. Hence why I did a series on blue-collar jobs, that we may have to pivot into those roles that we actually look down upon. Automation, industrialization right now is going away. The Toyota Production System, TPS, actually runs on automation. They have been doing it for the last 30 plus years.
Body panels on vehicles. GM says they are designed to work beside people, improving safety, ergonomics, flexibility, and competitiveness. The company has also said its production cuts were driven by slower electric vehicle demand. But to workers who have watched their plant shrink, the order of
the electric vehicle revolution, which we highly rejected, and we told them it wasn't going to work. Even the expert came out and gave them the numbers, but somehow our politicians seem to know more than us.
events is hard to ignore. Their jobs disappeared, then the robots arrived.
The threat of humanoid robotics and mass automation. It's a profound threat and a challenge to our way of life, to our economy, and our political system. We need to be clear about this. We are in a fight for humanity.
Now, a GM spokesperson calls the robots a part of a broader push toward using more advanced tech company-wide, Marky.
Right, we'll watch that closely, see where it goes next. Nick, thank you so much.
Now, the thing is, while one manufacturer is trying to shrink its workforce, another is putting more money into automation. That doesn't automatically mean robots are replacing every single worker, but it does mean manufacturers want fewer delays, lower production costs, and more consistent output. But from their perspectives, robots don't call in sick. They don't retire. They don't negotiate wages. They can work around the clock. And from a business point of view, you have to understand why executives like this idea. But here's another question nobody is asking. What happens to the people? What happens to the technician who spent 20 years in manufacturing? What happens to the supplier whose business depends on those factories? What happens to the communities built around those jobs? And this isn't only about Volkswagen. It isn't only just about GM. It's happening across the industry. Chinese manufacturers, they are continuing to expand. Software is becoming important as engines. Factories are becoming more smarter. Artificial intelligence is taking over work that once required people. They're only calling them cobots because they don't want to hurt the feelings of the people working there. But the robotics and the automation is inevitable. Artificial intelligence is taking over work that once required people. And every major automaker is trying to lower costs at the same time. And that is going to create pressure from every direction. Consumers think cheaper manufacturing actually should mean cheaper cars. History says otherwise. When companies save money, those savings doesn't always reach the buyers. Instead, they often fund new technology. They go as higher shareholder return or future investments. Meanwhile, vehicles continue getting more expensive. Sure, the more expensive those vehicles are and the consumer buy them, is the more profit sharing for executives and the shareholders. Repairs are going to continue to get more expensive. Insurance is never going down. It continues to get more expensive as well. So the average buyer looks around and asks, now, if robots are doing more work, why am I paying more? And that's a fair question. Here's another point. The industry keeps talking about labor costs, but labor isn't the only expense. Manufacturers are spending billions on software and battery development, artificial intelligence, connected vehicle systems. There's also factory automation, cybersecurity. Those costs, they don't disappear because a robot installs a dashboard. They simply just move somewhere else. It's called weighted cost average. The average accountant should know about that. And this is why I don't think we're going back to the auto industry many people remember. The next generation of factories will probably employ fewer people. The workers who remain, they will need different skills. You're talking about programming, diagnostics, robotics maintenance, software integration. And the days when physical labor alone could carry an entire factory, they are slowly fading. That doesn't mean that the skilled trades will disappear. It means the definition of a skilled worker is going to just keep evolving and changing as time goes by. Volkswagen restructuring and GM's investment in automation, it tells the same story. The industry isn't waiting, it's changing right now. The companies that adapt, they may survive. The workers who will keep learning will have a better chance of moving along with it. The question is no longer whether automation is coming. It's already here. The real question is, how many jobs will be there when the factory expansion is finished? If you want more videos like this, increase the likes on this video, share this video, and subscribe. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The links are in the description box below. Stay sharp, stay educated, and I'll catch you in the next one.